Today, let us look at Aquarius lagna or ascendant and the sixth bhava. The sixth bhava for the Aquarius ascendant falls in Cancer, which is a watery, movable sign, and the lord of the sign is Moon. The reason why I keep mentioning the qualities and the karatattvas of the Rashi is to make you understand that the Rashi qualities will get embedded in the bhava qualities and not the bhava qualities getting embedded in the Rashi. The Rashi qualities of movability and watery and moon, a planet of change, will get embedded to the sixth house karatattvas. The sixth house karatattvas being Upachaya or service, Roga and Runa. The most important parameters that we see in the sixth house is the Roga and the Upachaya or the service orientation. Let us now look at the service orientation for an Aquarian native and the sixth bhava. Since the sixth bhava is a movable, watery sign with the moon as the lord, the native has an intense urge to keep moving or to keep changing his job profiles or career goals. The career goals and the job profiles will continuously change if the native is an Aquarian and has the sixth sense. As the native is an Aquarian, the sixth house will fall in Cancer, which is a movable sign. Now, if we have the blessings of the Jupiter or the blessings of the Saturn, because Saturn is the Karmakaraka and Jupiter is the most benefic and gets exalted in Cancer, the native will have more dridata or more firmness in the career which he wants to take. He or she might want to take. Now, when Rahu gets associated with the Cancer, the sixth house, the native's urge to change is beyond his own or her own control, and the change may not always be positive, or the native will not foresee what are the things that can happen if he takes a change. Whereas when Ketu is associated with the moon, or rather Cancer, the native will always wonder what kind of a career should I do, and probably pass his entire dasha, entire period thinking about what to do, unless he gets a good influence of these two planets. Right now, when it comes to Runa, the native will always be enthusiastic of doing his runas. He will get loans easily because it is a moon and moon is a queen. So getting the loans is not a difficulty, and the repayment of the loan may be not a difficulty, but not a top priority in the list of things to do for an Aquarian, because when moon is the lord of the sixth house, the moon feels, I am the queen, I can always pay back when I will wish to pay back. It is not that he cannot or she cannot pay back. It is the want to pay back will always keep changing. Similarly, when it comes to showing the Runa for teachers or for their parents, the native will be over enthusiastic to do all his Runas happily, because again the moon becomes the queen and the queen says, I should look after my kingdom. Right. So in both the cases, as far as repayment of loan is concerned, the queen says, I can pay whenever I want to pay. And as far as service, Runa is concerned, the native will say, I will definitely do all my Runas. Now coming to Rogas. Since Cancer has all the three humors, that is Vata, Pitta and Kapha, the native generally has some problems with colds, coughs, fevers, or watery infections, unless and until he has a strong influence of planets in the sixth house or aspecting the sixth house. Now, let us read this chart, which we are doing from the first chart onward, that is the first bhava onwards. Here, The lagna is Aquarius and it is at 0035 degrees or so. It is at a very early point of Aquarius, but the other parameters match very well. Therefore, I have considered the lagna as to be Aquarius. The sixth house is, let us look at the planetary positions for this chart. Jupiter is posted in the sixth house, is aspected by the seventh lord Sun and the third and the 10th lord Mars. Very important, please note, seventh lord Sun, that is business vacuum, and the third lord of self effort and the 10th lord of karma is associated and aspecting the sixth house. Therefore, the native will be strong, will have dridata, will be very interested to be focused career man or woman. In this case, it is a man. Right? Jupiter is posted in the sixth house, again giving us a promise that the native will not jump from one job to the other. The sixth lord is posted in Virgo. Again, even though it is the eighth sign, it is Virgo, and Virgo is also a sign of Dridata, because the moon does not, the Rashi does not like to be pointed out saying that, oh, this man keeps changing the job. So therefore, this native may not change his jobs as often as the regular Aquarian would do. Now, the second blessing in disguise for this native is that moon is posted in the Navamsha in the sixth house from the Rashi Lagna Aquarius, again giving the promise that he will not be a wanderer, but he will be firm in his career orientation. Now, let us look at when the native will get his job. The Dasha Bhuktis are important. The native was born with Moon Dasha. Therefore, Moon, Mars and Rahu, he will be 22 years when he gets the Moon, Rahu Dasha Sun Bhukti. Sun is aspecting the sixth house, Moon is the sixth lord, and Mars is aspecting the sixth house, which is also the 10th lord. So these three Antra Bhuktis of the Rahu Dasha should give the native a job. Right? Now, among the three, we have already come to the conclusion that the native is an engineer in our previous video, which I shall send the link. Now, we have already got a conclusion that the native is an engineer and a man manager because we have an aspect of Mars, Moon, Mars, Sun and Jupiter. Mars, Sun, Jupiter combination is generally management of people, and the native will be a manager of people. Now, which dasha will he enter his first job? The chances of him entering the first job is all the three antras, Sun, Moon, Mars. Among the three, the first two are favorable, but the transits are not favorable during 2002 till 2006. In 2006, Jupiter in transit will be retrograde, that is in the month of March, will be retrograde in Libra, which will influence the sixth lord. Saturn is retrograde in Cancer. We need not worry about the retrogression. We can turn around and say Saturn will is posted in the sixth house and is aspecting the sixth lord. So both the sixth house is motivated by Saturn and the sixth lord is motivated both by Jupiter and Saturn. Therefore, the native will definitely get a job by March 2006. Now, when it comes to Roga, the native might have Rogas during the Antras and the Pratyantaras of Moon Dasha. Moon. Why? Because Moon is the sixth lord posted in the 8th house of changes or of Randra. Since it is posted in the 8th house of changes and Randra, the moon might give him diseases which is related to water retention, cold, cough, indigestion, food poisoning and things like that. I hope as far as Runa is concerned, the native will take care of all his family members. The native will also get loans very easily. Now, as I said, to repay the loan, he will always think, I shall do it. What's a big deal? I will do it. Right? So this is the thought process of this chart. Hope this video has been useful to you. Do like, share, subscribe. I have made it short and crisp. Follow me at G3 Astro. Signing off, Gayatri. Have a pleasant day. Bye-bye.